Is it live?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's live. Okay, well.
Is it low latency?
I think so. I don't think you can decide if it's low latency or whatnot for the thing.
Got it.
It just is. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
There it is.
Hi guys. We are starting really, really early today because we were able to. How is the sound?
Good.
So this is the new mic,
Whoa.
which is really nice.
Contributed by
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom. Mind
Brought
of
to you by Boom Boom.
the man
Yeah,
of the boom.
so thank you, Boom Boom. I don't know if you're here. I know we're like at a really weird time. There's
Super
only
early.
2 people right here. Whatever. We're just getting it out of the way because we were able to.
Yes.
And then this way we can watch Dragonheart.
It's a holiday
Exactly. It's an American
for the
holiday.
Americans.
Yes. So, oh, hi, Tiara. Tiara, I have something to show you later. It's that box on top of there. But we'll show it off.
Whoa.
And we could just talk about that now. Let's just share this now.
Sure.
Share it,
Right up front. Show Tiara.
Can I have that box, please?
You may have this box.
Oh, hi, Noble. Oh, Noble, you're studying my troll Talia. No, close. No, I thought you'd like this, Tiara. Also, hi, Noble. Sorry, I kind of glanced over that. Hello, Noble. Good luck
Hello.
with your studying. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Tiara, do you do stuff like this? Because I thought, like, on your Instagram, it's like a little tiny shop, and you build it. So I'm super excited about that. That's kind of hard to see. But they had a lot of these. And I saw this one. I thought, oh, I really want the flower shop one.
The detail on it is,
I
I mean, the
know.
picture.
It's
We haven't
really
seen the real
cute.
thing.
But I'm excited to build this.
Oh, Tiara says there are tons of videos of people making those weird stuff.
Oh, I love that. Thank
Good.
you. Okay, I'll do like a follow on. Hi, Fake Fish. Yeah, so I'm excited about this. I got this, and then he got stuff.
Yes, I bought.
So
I
he
bought
has
2
stuff
high
as
grades.
well.
This isn't nearly as exciting as Little House, but
Yeah.
this actually ties into things I want to talk about on the list today. I bought 2 high grades of the Universal Century Gundams. We got Char's suit, and we got I guess they call it AC Guy. I don't know what they're actually called in English. I mean, it says AC Guy.
AC Guy.
AC Guy.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got the red
Yeah.
comet.
so that would be good. Oh, ZMC says nice French in your video, by the way. Merci beaucoup. Tiara says there's nice dolls.
Thank you.
Well, we were just talking about how the creator of this company makes like dolls.
I don't know what are they
Scantily
called?
clad dolls.
Yeah.
There's a term for them there. I'm sure they're a collector's item
But
or something like
if
that.
you go to like any Gunpla, because Gunpla is the name of like
Yeah.
the model kits that you build the Gundams out of, because there's not just Gundam, there's lots of other things. So if you go to any Gunpla website,
They're-
Bandai, and you just start looking at the other
Yeah.
things they create, for every cool looking robot, there is a
There
girl
is
in
a
a
doll.
swimsuit. And it's
they have
funny.
an audience.
Yes, they do.
There are certain people doing stuff like that.
Yes, there are.
When it's women doing it, fine, whatever. But then when it's like full-grown men,
Yeah.
that's concerning.
You know,
It's concerning to me as a woman.
yes.
I would be very
Having their precious little
yes.
waifu in
I would be
plastic
very,
form
very,
to bow
turned
before.
off by that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, we don't really have a lot to talk about today, so let's just talk about what's first to talk about.
What is for? Well, I'll talk about Gundam.
Okay, yeah, you talk about that.
Since I showed my, I'll just keep this so we know we're talking about Gundam right now.
Got it.
So last
Tiara
week,
says I'm more of a weird skeleton doll kind of weirdo.
what's a skeleton doll? What is that? Is that like an actual skeleton?
Oh, a skeleton doll. It's probably a thing.
Yeah, I want to know what that is. So last week, we talked about how Netflix got all the Gundam movies, and I'm watching the 3rd one right now, but I watched 1 and 2, and basically the Gundam movies on Netflix are the Mobile Suit Gundam show from the 70s. They kind of like Dragon Ball Kai
Right.
went back through and removed all the kind of filler bits. Same thing. So it's about 6 hours worth of Mobile Suit Gundam condensed,
Yeah.
from the show. And the movies are just phenomenal. I've talked about this before, but the thing I really love about UC Gundam, the Gundam that like this is from, is it's very much Star Wars. It has a very similar story to Star Wars, but it's taken much more seriously. It's much more plausible. Like this guy is essentially the Darth Vader
Yeah.
of the universe,
Creepy.
Char Aznable. But Gundam: The Origin, which is a show, I think it's also like there's a movie compilation of it as well, came out I think 10 years ago. But it is a prequel to everything that happens in Mobile Suit Gundam. And it's like, you could tell that is exactly what George Lucas wanted the Star Wars prequels to be. Like something that's even better than the originals. Because watching these Gundam movies on Netflix, like, these are good, but they're not as good as Gundam: The Origin. Origin is great. But Netflix is produced a brand new 3-movie series, I think like launched yesterday, called like Hathaway's Hope.
Yeah, but Netflix is a little...
They are, but it's a direct sequel to these movies. So it's Netflix produced, but it's created by Bandai.
The fact that Netflix is producing it, because Tiara and I watched the Sailor Moon.
Was that Netflix produced?
I think it was. Was it? Do you know, Tiara, if it was Netflix produced? And it was really weird. It was not good.
That's
this other thing Netflix did, the Knights of Sidonia, not good.
Well, the first season of Knights of Sidonia was
They
cool.
did Sword Art Online, not good.
That wasn't them.
Well, everything Netflix touches is bad.
What about?
Why is that?
What about Dorohedoro?
I don't know that one.
That was great. Lizardface?
Yeah.
Lizardface?
But that was a long-standing story before then.
Yeah.
If Netflix
But this Gundam thing is also from the manga.
Yeah.
So
maybe we'll see.
I'm excited. I haven't watched Unicorn yet, and I haven't watched Char's Rebellion. But I gotta watch those 2 movies, and then I can watch the Netflix one. But Universal Century is such a cool arc. If you like space drama politics,
Then it's good. Don't be sad.
It's
That'll
good.
be good.
That's the Gundam Minute for the week.
Tiara says people like Violet Evergarden, but I personally find it too feely. Violet Evergarden, I want you to know about this, Tiara, not me.
I've seen it. I've seen it as I've scrolled through Netflix, but I don't know what it is. It looks like a kind of a drama anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, maybe you'd like it. It's very like Victorian and
I might.
Violet Evergarden.
Possibly.
How do
I don't
you
know.
do?
A lot of anime I don't like because it's just so
Over the top.
whiny.
Yeah,
the
it's very-
whininess, I can't stand
Yes.
the whininess. It's the whole high-pitched, whiny stuff that I just don't like.
Yes.
Oh, it's a girl who is a soldier who now becomes a letter writer and has a lot of feelings. I don't know. but
Doesn't
that
sound like you.
That doesn't
No.
sound like it's up my alley.
No.
No. I need a little bit more. I need a lot more drama, and I need a lot less whiny.
I agree on the whiny. I'm not a fan of it
Whiny
myself.
It's just too much.
There is some whiny in some of the animes I like, but I always I'm cringe. Like this, you could have done this
It's
better.
incredibly
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah. I don't like it either, but
No.
I also find you can't get these kind of stories in American cartoons.
Yeah.
So many times I just put up with it, like whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
You just have
unfortunate.
to deal with it. So what did I started watching season 2 of Dirty Betty, which is about Betty
The
Broderick.
sequel to Dirty John.
Dirty Betty, but it's about Betty Broderick, and she was this woman in the 80s who shot and killed her ex-husband and her ex-husband's new wife. And it is such a bad season. It's so poorly done because the first
Really?
season was really good. I loved it. It was just very, very, the way it was filmed, the actors, Connie Britton and John, what's his name? Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. Yeah.
Bana. They were really, really good. She sounds like an asshole. She was an asshole. Her husband was one as well, and so was his. Everyone in the story is bad. You can't sympathize with anyone in this story.
It's like Always Sunny.
It's not like in Dirty John where he felt, everyone's just bad. But it's so poorly done. Hi, Nathan. It's so poorly done, and it's so boring because it is all flashbacks. It's all flashbacks. The courtroom scene is like maybe 2 minutes, and then the rest of the episode is flashbacks.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And like 90% of the people in the flashbacks, well, 50%, are dead. So that he couldn't have contributed anything. This happened in the 80s. So you're doing flashbacks
I see what you mean.
about someone who died, and there's no sort of thing to go on other than what the wife who killed him said. So it's really, really bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, well,
It's not good.
I don't understand why some of these shows, like The Terror, we haven't seen the second season of Terror, but like Dirty John also, they start off as a one-off.
Yeah.
And so successful,
and then
like
they need
let's cram another
Yeah.
story in here.
Well, that was like Feud.
True Detective.
So, yeah, True Detective. Well, I like True Detective season
I did
2,
too, but I
actually.
mean, season 2 is objectively not
It
as
was
good
different.
as season 1.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. But there was this show called Feud on FX.
Yeah,
And
it was
I've
great.
talked about Feud before. It's about, oh, it's fuzzy again. Why does it get fuzzy like that?
I don't know.
Hopefully the fuzziness goes away.
That seems like a YouTube thing.
Now it's even getting like even more fuzzy. It's not the lag though. I mean, it's pretty good response time.
No, I think
said
that's
the
just a
thing about
YouTube
fuzzy.
ingest server thing.
ZMC says you should watch The Promised Neverland if you want some non-traditional anime. Promised Neverland, huh?
I have a long list of
Yeah,
animes
that's
to watch.
true.
I need to finish Demon Slayer. I got halfway through
Yeah.
that. I haven't finished that either.
Yeah, I don't know though. Shows don't necessarily need to have another season if it's not good. Like Feud,
Yes.
the first season of Feud was about Betty Davis and Joan Crawford during the filming.
Which is
of-
phenomenal.
It was fantastic. It was great during the filming of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, which is one of my favorite movies ever. But it was really, really great. And they wanted season 2 to be about Charles and Diana. But they scrapped it because they thought maybe this won't be a good idea. And so The Crown just picked it up and did Charles and Diana, the feud.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
they did like a ton of episodes with them fighting and whatnot.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if that would have been good though. I mean, that's a very sad story about Charles and Diana. He treated her terribly.
And then she dies.
Yes, I mean it was a very, very sad story, and so I don't even know if that's like a good subject matter to do.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's best to let things be.
Yeah, I don't think that one needs to be done. There's so
Not
many-
everything needs a revisit
right,
and a dramatization.
Exactly. I feel like if you want to do something like
Do it as a
that,
documentary.
do it as a documentary.
Like, just show facts.
Right. Or if
Go
you
be
wanted to
objective
do
as possible.
something, you could do maybe like Ricky and Lucille Ball, because that one would be quite interesting.
Yeah, but only one person would watch that.
Who's that?
You.
So many people would watch that.
In the chat, raise your hand if you would actually watch that.
Ricky and Lucy.
I see one
Someone
hand,
would
and I
do
think
it.
Tiara is just
Oh,
giving
hi,
you a sympathy hand.
Hola, Pyle. Tiara says The Crown is about the royal family, though. To be fair, Diana was also cheating. Okay, yes, but here, she was so neglected from the start that the poor woman would find comfort in other people. She was so neglected. On his wedding day, he's literally making
Be with
Mary.
Camille, right? Like, he
They wouldn't
wanted
let
to be
him
with
be
her.
with Camille. They wanted.
See, and this is the problem. Like, they never
Yes.
should have arranged this in the
No,
first
they
place. Just
shouldn't.
let him be with who he wants to be with.
Yeah, because the same thing happened to the Queen's sister. She wanted to be with someone, and they didn't let her, and then she ended up in a horrible marriage.
Drama happens.
Yeah.
See,
Just if someone wants to be with someone, yeah, look how fuzzy it is. Is that just like the stream, or is that?
I don't know. I don't worry about it anymore.
When I'm saying it's fuzzy right now, does it look fuzzy to you guys? Let's see. Powell says we should abolish
gonna take 40
monarchy.
seconds to get there.
Who's the sensitive producer for? Yeah. No, not 40. Very
Yeah.
quick.
It's very behind
Watch.
today.
I'll clap and you'll see it. You'll see it very, very quickly. It's been like maybe 5 seconds.
5 seconds. That is not 5 seconds. That was
5
20
seconds,
seconds.
no.
That was 20 at least.
ZMC says Diana is probably the most normal in that family. Yeah, she was, right? Because she wasn't part of the royal family before that. Duncan says, when you say it has been fuzzy, then becomes clear. Oh, so it is fuzzy. That's weird.
Nothing we can do about it. I
Nothing.
wouldn't worry about it.
I worry about it.
I wouldn't.
Makes my hair look even fuzzier.
It does not.
My hair is a little weird today,
It's
by
like
the way.
putting Vaseline on the lens. It gives that ethereal glow.
Yeah, that Alfred Hitchcock
Yes.
leading lady
There you
zoom
go.
up glow. Okay, Tiara says you don't need to be in focus. You just need to talk about eating bugs and stuff. Are we done talking about
The
whatever
Crown?
it is?
Yes, I'm done.
We're talking.
I'm
about?
done talking about The Crown.
You don't even know what we were talking about.
We're literally talking about Dirty Betty and how you said it didn't even be made. and then we
Anyways,
talk about
bad
the feud,
TV
The
show.
Crown. Yes.
Let's talk about the movies we watched.
Okay.
We watched this movie last night called
Border.
Border, which was a Swedish film, and it was a fantasy film in which the main character is this customs agent, and she's a troll.
I wouldn't go so far as I would say magical realism.
Magical realism.
Yeah, it's not fantasy.
Okay, magical realism.
No swords in this movie.
There's no swords, but it is dark fantasy.
It's magical realism. That is the genre.
But this woman, she's a troll, and she is a customs agent, and trolls have a really good sense of smell. Trolls can smell things. They can smell if you're a Christian.
I feel like you need to define troll.
Troll. You know, the big Norse, the troll.
Yes, but okay. If you didn't know,
I don't know what the Norse word for it
if
is.
you didn't see the trailer or the image, and you just hear, yeah, this movie's about a woman. She's a troll, and she
Okay,
smells
she
people.
is a-
You're imagining some big blue ogre s who's like,
She's a realistic looking troll.
she's a woman
I would show you a photo,
has
but we can't do
troll-like
that anymore.
features,
Okay, Tiara says it's smaller than an ant,
which
but
is like a
bigger
tree.
than a hobbit. Okay, thank you, Tiara. That's a good description. She's a small, packed, tiny troll that looks like a human.
Yes.
She's got flesh-colored skin and everything.
Yes.
But she's a troll. But she has a really good sense of smell because trolls can smell things, and so she uses this, and this is her job. And then she
At the airport.
ends up on coming off a cruise line or whatever.
Oh, was it
remember?
cruise line? I thought it was airport.
No, it was like a.
Oh, okay.
It was like a ship or something
Ship.
like that. So this troll is this customs agent, and she gets involved in some stuff. And that movie was so good.
Yeah.
Even though I looked up something because I wanted to see a photo, and I saw it advertised. There was this article that said the wild intersex troll love scene.
Yes.
And I thought, oh my gosh, we have to watch this movie.
I think actually you said we can't watch this, and I said, if anything, I think you just sold everyone that we can.
It was a good movie. It was a
It was a great
really good
movie.
movie. It was so different from
Yes.
the sort of stuff that you usually see. So highly recommend that. And it was super, super original and unique.
Yes. I would say, like, intersex troll love scene aside, there's some disturbing things in there
Yes,
that have nothing to
incredibly
do with
disturbing.
intersex troll
Yeah.
love.
No, there was very, very disturbing things.
It was like, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
made my stomach churn
Yeah.
level, like, disturbing. So
It was
be
really
aware
gross.
if
Right.
you are averse to that kind of stuff.
But it was just a good movie. It was like a good original movie. And then earlier that day, I had the misfortune of watching Ophelia, 2018 with
I
Daisy
warned you.
Ridley. You warned me. Tiara
I also
warned
called the
me.
ending.
You did.
You're like, we're going to watch this movie called Ophelia. And I'm like, I bet you.
It's not going to end how Ophelia ends.
And you're like, no, it's going to be by the book. I'm like, trust me. Just trust me on
Well-
this. If it gets a 6, if it gets less than a 7
Yeah.
on IMDb,
It was not
they tried
highly
something
rated.
different.
It was not highly rated. It was a terrible, terrible movie. Daisy Ridley, I thought, oh, let's give Daisy Ridley a chance. She was so bad in Star Wars. Maybe she just unfortunately had a bad time in Star Wars. No, she's just
not a good actress.
Not a good actress.
It's unfortunate.
Which is it is.
Some people
unfortunate.
aren't.
Tiara says Hamlet was cute. That was the only redeeming thing about the movie. It had Naomi Watts and it had Clive Owen. And it was a terrible movie.
That's so weird because I like both of them a lot.
No, it was so poorly done. It was the worst adaptation of a Shakespeare.
Paul says it was worse than the Sonic the
It
Hedgehog
was
movie.
really bad.
How
It
is that
was really bad.
possible?
It was so disjointed. It was
Jeez.
laughably disjointed. No one cares about this, so I'm just going to say this. At the very end, when they have this elaborate ruse to try and save Ophelia, whatever, she disguises herself as a man.
Which is like the most go-to trope for like modern storytelling
Yes.
about olden times.
Right. So they
I don't
cut her
understand
hair.
that.
They cut her hair like maybe this length, like shoulder length. She still has a face full of makeup. Nothing about her has changed, and no one recognizes her.
Do you remember when Black Adder did that?
When?
When Black Adder, the woman dressed up as a man, and like Black Adder, this is in like the second season.
Oh yeah,
like-
that's right.
They were
Yeah.
making fun of the fact that that's such a terrible storytelling device.
Yeah.
How many years? 30 years ago,
Right.
Black Adder was making this joke.
Yeah.
Like, this is dumb. Don't do
Actually,
this.
Duncan was telling me about Blackadder. Apparently, the last season or the last episode in the last season is very funny, but also very sad.
Well, yeah, we need to watch it.
Yeah, we'll finish it.
Yeah. But yes, they all do that,
Yeah.
even though it's a terrible device.
Yeah, it was so poorly done. Also, she was just so difficult to watch on screen because she was very, very. I said she looked like a fridge. The way she was moving was very ungraceful.
When, to counter this example, when men dress up as women
Yeah.
to like infiltrate, like in Final Fantasy or in JoJo, it's hilarious. It's always played as a
Or
joke.
in Some Like It Hot.
Yeah, it's like, it's over the top and it's goofy.
Yeah.
But whenever women dress up as men, it's like hyper serious and
funny,
it's
I
like
know.
Mulan. Like, it just-
Right.
It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work
come-
either way. Like,
Why do men get to dress up as women and it's
It's a joke.
hilarious
Yes.
and it's funny, but when women dress up as men, it's not funny.
no.
And
It's like
you're
try hard and
confused.
cringy.
I think women need to start being able to dress up like men and be funny about it.
You know who did do that? I don't know her name, but Portlandia.
Yeah, that's the only example.
And she's
that comes to
phenomenal
mind.
at it.
That's the only example that comes to mind. Yeah.
Like has multiple male characters that are great.
Right.
Like nails it.
Yeah, she has fun with it.
Yeah.
Tiara says women cross-dress constantly, though, is the thing. Do they, though? Do they cross-dress? I'm not talking about necessarily cross-dressing.
Yeah, this is more
I
like
think
for
I'm talking
plot
about-
device. When
Yes.
a man becomes a woman for plot reasons,
Right.
like I have to infiltrate this harem of women, or they'll kick me out. Like
Right.
when Link has to infiltrate, the Gerudo
Right.
fortress
And he
and
dresses
like a
up.
woman.
It's funny.
comical, right?
But when a woman
Cloud
does it,
gets in the
right,
honeybee.
Exactly. I don't know about that. Duncan says, what about Yentl? Who's Yentl?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Wait, is that from the Mail Order Ride movie with Cary Grant? He was just telling me about that, possibly. I don't know. St. Gabriel says, remember Ladybugs? Guy plays soccer.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's another
Again, it's like
whole
when men
movie.
do it, it's always a
funny.
joke.
Yeah. I don't know. It's something. Oh, Duncan says Barbara Streisand.
Ooh,
Wait, Barbara
I'd watch that.
Streisand? I would totally
I would
watch
watch
that
that.
too.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it's a musical. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Barbara Streisand. Yeah, that would be fun.
I
Maybe we
would
should
definitely
do
watch that.
Yeah,
I'm sold. Barbara Streisand musical called Yentl.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Yentl.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a blast.
Ophelia was bad. It was so bad, and I feel bad because Emerald set time aside in his day to watch Ophelia and actually missed the good movie later on. So that was unfortunate.
Oh, interesting. Duncan says it's the story of an Ashkenazi Jewish girl in Poland who decides to dress and live like a boy so that she can receive an education
Oh wow, that's like a
in
very
Talmudic
specific,
law after her father dies.
very specific plot.
I'd watch it.
Maybe we should watch it.
Sounds good.
Also, how does this mic sound? Does this mic sound better than the Orchid mic? It should sound better than the Orchid mic. If not, we can adjust it, make it taller. Oh, it sounds fine. But does it sound better, Tiara? I like
Pyle likes the sound.
absolutes.
I like the stock.
I like absolutes. I like yes or no, better or worse.
I want to give Pyle a shout out. Can I give Pyle a shout out?
Give Pyle a shout out.
I want to give Pyle a shout out because firstly, Battlefield 4 is a game that I love, but knew no one else that loved. So I always played it by myself. And recently we started playing it in the group.
Yeah.
4 years too late? I don't think so. I think we're right on time. But we have been having just an absolute blast squatting up with Emerald, Pyle, Joseph. We get together, we get in these nice squads, and we just dominate. Like we're not MLG Pro Battlefield players, but when we put our mind to capping a point, we cap it. We might lose the war, but we win our battles.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to shout out Pyle specifically.
Yeah, Pyle's
because
very
that
good.
boy plays the healer like nobody's business.
I know.
Literally, I'm trying to learn how to snipe and play recon so I can give us spawnability. And I'll hear don't you die on me, flex! And then a heal box just shows up
You're
in front of
very
me.
good at it, Pyle.
Very
Pyle's
good.
absolutely the war medic that
Great.
you want.
I mean, if you're gonna play a Battlefield game and you don't have
Yeah.
Pyle in your squad,
You're gonna die.
you're gonna die.
Have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time. Just
Yeah.
have to
I know.
shout that out.
No, Pyle's my buddy. He's always very super dependable when we're getting a game and something like that.
What's his go-to call out?
I mean, it depends on the game.
Well, I mean, in Battlefield.
You're gonna
Don't you die on me, kite!
Yeah, and you will live.
You will live.
You will live right before the defib hits. I will say,
It's been a blast. I
appreciate
love it.
Pyle, I was having we're not going to go into details. Pyle knows. I was having a frustrating moment when we were on mic, and I was messaging Pyle in the meantime as support. It's good to have people like that.
Yeah.
When sometimes I'll do it. Duncan and I will do that during the movie when something weird happens. But it's good to have that sort of person when you're,
Yeah.
you can depend on them to
It's
help you get through it.
that person you can just quick side chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to vent my frustrations.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Battlefield 4, and that's Troll, and that's Ophelia. Not Troll, Border.
Border.
We watched The Nice Guys last week, too. We should
I
talk
love that
about
movie,
that.
yeah.
With, what's his name?
Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe and
Ryan Gosling,
Ryan Gosling. And that was fun.
and Keith David.
Yeah, and Keith David.
You know what's funny?
Why
That
do we
fight
forget about
scene.
Keith David.
What was that?
Why do we forget about Keith David?
I never forget about Keith David. That fight scene with him and Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-minute fight at that club party.
Yeah.
You know, they're beating each other. You've never seen They Live, which we need to get in the classic movie rotation somehow.
Yeah.
But that is the movie with the Obey sunglasses. There's a fight in that movie with Keith David. It's like 5 minutes long, just punching back and forth.
Yeah.
I wonder if that scene in The Nice Guys is just like a callback to that fight.
Maybe.
Just beat on Keith David.
I
He
mean,
beat
it
you
seems
back
like
for.
choreography would be so much fun to sort of coordinate and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice guys.
I like that. I like that movie because Ryan Gosling is such a goober.
He's really goofy.
It's so
and it's out
unexpected.
of character for
yes.
him, right? Because usually Ryan Gosling is very suave and charming, and it's just odd to see him act so slapstick and dumb.
My favorite.
I don't really like dumb Ryan Gosling.
I love it. My favorite
I like
scene.
quiet, scary Ryan Gosling.
Everyone loves broody Gosling, but like the talent comes in when he's like goofy Gosling.
No,
When
I couldn't.
When they go up the elevator to that room, and then the elevator's glass, and then they see the guy get knocked out of the
he's just
window.
shaking
He's just,
uncontrollably.
like smacking the button to close it and go back down. Oh, it's so good.
Paul says he's also a really funny jerk in The Big Short. I don't remember him in The Big Short.
Yeah, remember he was the he's kind of just mean.
I don't remember him.
It's a great movie. I'd rewatch that
I like
too.
Ryan Gosling as
An
Noah.
android.
I like him as Noah from The Notebook, and I like him as. That's a huge spoiler, but we'll just say that.
Is it a spoiler?
It is a spoiler because you're not supposed to know. That's the whole point. He doesn't know. He thinks
Yeah,
he's not.
I guess.
We're not going to say what that's from. If you know it,
I feel like it's so obvious.
But a lot of people, they're like.
But it's just like in the first one.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like
but
in the first
some people,
one.
this might break their heart.
Okay.
So we have to watch They Live, and Tiara says we should watch The Believer. Oh, Tiara.
Tiara.
I forgot to mention. Yesterday you mentioned the movie that Tiara told me about. That looked really good.
Oh, Censor.
Yeah,
I really want to see that.
So we're going to go see that. Yeah, she said it was really good.
Yeah, the horror subreddit,
About the
which
video
is a great
nasties.
subreddit if you're interested in
Yeah.
horror.
So
Because
we're
their
gonna go see
recommendations
that,
are on
Tiara.
point.
Yeah, she told me.
Giving it big praise. I want to see that.
Let's do that.
I definitely want to see that.
Cool. And then on Sunday, we're watching a French heist film called Rififi.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Rififi. Yeah, so Arsenic. I thought I saw Arsenic's in here. Maybe I didn't. But Arsenic brought it up. And I figured I'm going to go to my go-to guy, Aegisaur, who's like the film historian of the Discord server, which I love. And he said he had it. So we're going to watch that, but it looks really good.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Okay, so, what's up?
We got more stuff.
Do we? I'm shocked.
We do. I started playing Doom Eternal. And I want to just, for a minute, talk about Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
It's a Doom game, for one. So, I'm not going to be like, go play Doom if you already know you like Doom. I just want to call out the fact that Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are games that are not as good as the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable how good the music in those games are. And I'm not a heavy metal maniac. Like, I listen to a couple different metal bands and that's it. I'm not incredibly exposed. I don't even, I couldn't name 5 Metallica songs. So, like, I'm not a metalhead by any regard. But the soundtrack that Mick Gordon did for 2016 and Doom Eternal, like, it motivates me to play the game. I play that game, one, because the demon design is awesome, especially in Eternal. They went back to, like, the original designs from the original game, which look very claymation, and somehow they render it to also look like they're kind of claymation and fun. But that's part of it. The music just sells me. I'll play that game.
That should be your workout music.
It is. I remember when I used to like work out, I'd listen to Doom Eternal or Doom 2016.
Yeah.
Because it is just so in your head, and you can like focus and work, and I don't know. It's
crazy.
It's great.
So that's your music.
That's
Doom.
That's Doom Eternal. Really fun game. They did also add. It's weird. I have never played a game like Doom Eternal because they make it so you're constantly juggling between not having health, not having armor, not having ammo. So for ammo, you chainsaw a guy. For health, you punch a guy.
Yeah.
And for armor, you burn a guy. And you're like, it's almost like a rhythm
No,
game.
I
You're doing
remember
a dance.
doing the thing.
The punch is for the
Remember?
health.
I
Yeah.
played the
Yes, the
tutorial
opener.
because there was
You were better than the Polygon
Yeah,
journalist.
right.
Yes. This game takes that up to like another level. The
Yeah.
Polygon could not play this game.
Wow.
Because they definitely overcomplicate it. I enjoy it, but I think it would be a turnoff for a lot of people who just want to
Yeah.
shoot demons.
That's true.
Yeah.
The mindless demon shooter.
It's intense.
Drive-by commentator says, I do like how Doom pushes you to creatively synergize different weapons and one-off
Yes.
attacks.
Yeah, it's very interesting in that way because the I think they're called the Cacophony demons or whatever, the floating guys with one eye. You can shoot at them and like waste a whole bunch of bullets, or you can pull out your shotgun, put the grenade launcher mod on it, and then
Yeah.
just shoot one grenade and you can one-shot them. And it's like the same for the spider demons. They have a little gun on their back, and if you pull out your assault rifle, put on the sniper mod, and ding them in
Right.
the thingy, they'll take 50% of their health off. So it's really weird how it forces you to be juggling health, ammo, armor, and then you have 6 different weapons you have to be switching between at all times, and each weapon has 2 different mods you have to switch between. So it's a lot,
Yeah.
but I really enjoy it. Like it is incredibly fun.
Doom.
Doom Eternal. I slept on it for a long time. I don't know why I just started playing it.
No, that's good.
Okay, so in contrast to that, I
Yeah.
beat Ghost of Tsushima, and last time we talked, I said, yeah, this is really cool. It's beautiful. It's zen. It is so boring after 10 hours. I had to like force myself
That's
to play it.
unfortunate.
And it was like another 15 to get through.
Wow.
That game should have been 10 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think game developers need to get away from the Ubisoftification
Right.
of just big maps with 8 million things to do. If you're not Breath of the Wild and you're not being
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
creative about each different puzzle, if I can solve something the same way 5 times, you should cut down 4 of them.
Right.
Like, that's just, it gets boring.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The final boss is no different than an earlier duel you have with the spear guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you're not doing enough in your game to warrant me sticking with it for as
Right.
long as it was. And I liked the story, and I loved how beautiful it was, and the world, and the art, and the sound. But geez,
It's
it was a
just the
slog to get
content.
through. Yeah.
Palace's laughs in Far Cry 2.
Yeah, I blame them. That game is what started it all.
Yeah.
Like Far Cry 2 and Assassin's Creed 1 put gaming on a journey to just make giant, massive maps
Right.
with way too much crap.
Well, the maps are good if you have. So, Red Dead Redemption 2
Which is a great.
has a huge map,
Yes.
but it didn't feel. It didn't feel boring, even
No.
though you visited all the locations.
Well, in Red Dead, and I was thinking about this because we were talking about it earlier, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what did make Red Dead 2 special? And one thing was the different parts of, I forget what they call it, the western half of America in that game.
yeah, I don't know.
There's a
what they
name
call
for it. But
Something.
remember the Murphy Brood?
Right.
And how they'd be
yeah.
like in the trees and like kind of crawling around. But then there were the kind of just the lawmen and the way that
Right.
they're very official. Like the AI behaves differently. They use different guns. Some are on horses.
It was the
Yes.
wilds, the random encounters
Yes.
that made that game so good, because it made it feel believable. And I
And-
think that's what a lot of these games like Cyberpunk and stuff don't have. They don't have the random
it's just
encounters.
stuff.
Right.
And it's stuff
It just
repeated.
doesn't. Yeah.
With Breath of the
gets
Wild, which should be the de facto standard,
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild and Red Dead 2, I think, are just the perfect examples of how to do an open world game in the
Right.
modern era. But with Breath of the Wild, there's 120 shrines in that
Mm-hmm.
game. Every single shrine requires a different solution.
Yeah.
It might be iterative, it might build off something, but it requires you to think and solve every single one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same with the Korok seeds. There's like 900 Korok seeds,
Yeah.
and each one's different. It's just like that is a level of dedication to we're going to keep the game fun. Even
Right.
though you're going to be repeating things, you repeat them differently.
Exactly.
And like that needs to be, if you're going to make a big game, diversify.
Yeah.
Don't repeat.
Diversified, just like your investments.
Yes, exactly like your investments. So that's Ghost of Tsushima. Good game, but I wouldn't recommend it, honestly, unfortunately.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
We have one more game to talk about.
One more game.
We're
What's
playing
that?
together.
Oh, yeah, Legend of Mana. Legend of Mana, which
let you talk
has
about
some of the craziest, wackiest writing.
You love it.
I love it.
You
I
love
love
it.
it. I love it for so many reasons.
What's your favorite thing in that game? Tell them what your favorite thing is.
Nicolo.
Why? Firstly, tell them what Nicolo is.
Okay, Legend of Mana is this old game from like the 90s, right? I think it was like, or maybe earlier, 80s. I don't know.
I think it was late 90s.
So it was late
It's a
90s.
PlayStation game.
Legend of Mana. Yeah, it's a PlayStation game. And there's this rabbit in there who is
Very large rabbit.
this very large rabbit. And he was just a jerk for no reason.
He's a salesperson.
He's a salesperson. He was a jerk. And I just loved it. It was just so random that he was a jerk.
There are these creatures in the world that are made of leaves, and they're called sprouts. And when Nicolo's in your party and you're walking through the village, if you talk to a sprout,
If you say something nice,
what does Nicolo say?
I hate Sproutling.
And then if you talk to another sprout, what does he say?
He said, this Sproutling said, if you have like love and joy in your heart, you will cherish the earth or whatever.
And Nicolo says,
they're the scum.
they're the scum of the earth.
It was just so random.
And
I
then
loved it.
there's this little cactus that lives in your house. This tiny little baby cactus boy.
Uh-huh.
And every time you complete a mission, and the missions, you want to talk about a game that like never does the same thing twice. Like
Yeah.
there is no explanation for why, what, or how for anything.
No.
Every time you complete a mission, if you go back to your house and talk to the baby cactus, it says 2 words back.
Yeah.
It'll summarize the entire mission into 2 words. Like, what was the funniest one he said?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it
Weird
was,
fish, maybe?
yeah, it was like strange fish for a fish that was in a pot with legs. And then it will go right on the little board
Yeah.
what it actually thinks. And it's just the weirdest writing.
It's very weird.
It's such a weird game.
I love the weird writing, though. That's the thing.
But speaking of games that have amazing soundtracks,
What's that?
I mean,
oh, yeah,
Legend of Mana.
Yeah.
If you've not heard the Legend of Mana soundtrack, like go YouTube it because
Yeah.
it is unbelievably
it's very,
good.
Very good.
Yes.
Right. And in this game that's remastered, it's like all orchestrated, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
strange,
It's very
strange
weird.
game.
But I like weird things like that.
Yes.
That aren't trying to be. I cannot stand that I'm so random. I'm so quirky. This game isn't trying to do that. It's
Yeah.
trying to be very serious, and it's incredibly quirky.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a translation error or what.
I feel like it's absolutely intentional.
I don't know what it is, but it's just so odd, and it takes itself incredibly seriously while still being very lighthearted.
But I think
But I
that was
really
the
like
time
that.
because
Yeah, that was the time.
when you play the Final Fantasy VII remake and you realize how much of that is just one-to-one translation,
Right.
it's still very cute.
Yeah.
Like they
It
are
is cute.
weird and
it's
like
weird, but it's cute.
it's weird and it's cute at the same time.
That's weird and cute is a good combination.
Yeah, it's
That's
that
like a
era
good combination.
of like PlayStation
Yeah.
RPG.
Arsenic says Chrono Trigger or Legend of Mana, what's better? I think Chrono Trigger is probably better.
Yeah.
Just because they have a lot more. Legend of Mana is good, but you will see the same tracks come up and whatnot.
Yes.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I love hearing the songs, but Chrono Trigger has very, very distinct.
They need to do
Tracks.
a remake of Chrono Trigger the way they did Legend of Mana.
Yeah.
Because all
They do.
they kept the pixel sprites for the characters,
Right.
but they
then
up-res the
just-
portraits and
Yeah.
they up-res the backgrounds and they symphonized the soundtrack.
Right.
And it's just that is like how
That's a
I would
good
like
way
to
to do
play
an
an
update.
old game. Yeah.
It's a good way to do an update for sure. So that's Legend of Mana. I think that's
I
it.
think that's it.
I can talk about my creepy pervert story on Fiverr.
I think you should.
A couple of you have already heard it.
But the rest
I
of
can
you
talk
haven't.
about it again. Creepy perverts. Why are
Why?
they bothering me on Fiverr?
Do you think he owned waifus?
Not this guy. I don't know. This guy was so weird.
Well, let's get into it.
We can. If anyone wants to hear about it, someone would be like, you know what? I'm not in the mood to hear about a pervert.
Who in their right mind wouldn't say, I want to hear about the pervert right now?
Tiara's flex should just admit it's him too.
Never. I'll never admit to it.
Yeah. Creepy pervert, whatever. I'll just tell it.
You better tell it.
I'll just tell it.
Yeah,
So-
Duncan says no one. That's who. Literally, what people want to hear.
Duncan knows about this.
Kitetails is
Tiara
just
does
trying to
too.
build up
I
the
told
suspense
the two of
here.
them about this.
She wants people to get all like, ooh.
Tell us
creepy.
about the pervert.
I want to hear about the pervert.
Okay, so my Fiverr thing's been going great, right? Last week I told you the story about the guy in his underwear. The guy wanted to show me his underwear in front of the camera, and I
Yes.
said no.
No.
And then he said I was false advertising. I I was making claims that I couldn't follow through with and whatever. So I got a message last week and he says, "Hi, I'm interested in this gig." And that was it. It was just, there was no introduction. There was no, "What are you looking for?" So red flags went off for me and I thought, this is going to be another one of these types of individuals. And so I messaged back and I said, "Well, I've had some bad experiences lately with people wanting me to offer things that I am not capable of giving. Can you give me a little bit more information about what you're looking for?" And that was it. And what does this guy respond? He says, "Oh, it's nothing inappropriate. It's far from inappropriate." And immediately I thought, it's absolutely inappropriate.
Anytime someone says far from it,
Yes.
they're lying.
Yes.
Because no one says that.
And no one would honestly, why would you start with, "Oh, don't worry, it's not inappropriate"? Why wouldn't you just tell me what I asked, which is, "What are you looking for?" So he says Duncan says guilty mind. Absolutely guilty mind. It was like the first thing on his mind. So he says he's a single dad. He wants to get back into dating. And I said, fine, let's give this guy a chance. And so we set him an appointment. We're meeting the next morning at 9 o'clock. He gets on. He's like hardcore. He's like trying to flirt with me in a way that is, it was
it
awkward
obvious?
from the start. It was very obvious from the start. He was flirting. He was making jokes. He said, "I'm so glad I'm able to see you clearly. I need to be able to see you laughing at my jokes." I just thought, it's so
This is
different.
for social help and improvement.
Exactly. It's for social help and
Not
improvement.
try your stand-up routine.
And the funny thing is, I did have a tier for like a mock date to help you like practice the date.
And that's not what he signed up
He
for.
chose this one. So he chose this one, and I eventually said, I was trying to be nice, and it's so different when you're in this role of giving a service to somebody. I had to deal with the same thing at work too, though.
Right.
You have to be nice to your clients, right? So in a very nice way, I tried to push him along. I said, "Okay, well, let's just talk about you. So what is it that you're trying to do?" And he said, "Duncan, I have no interest in this type." I moved the conversation along. I want to know about him. So he gives me this story. He says, "Oh, he's a single dad. He's got 3 daughters. And his wife died, and he's been going to counseling for the past few years. And he really, he's gotten better, and he's so much healthier now, and I'm going along with the story." And then he says, "But I have no sex drive." And that's when I thought, where is this going? And then he said,
But they do make pills for that.
Yes. Oh, no. He said, I've been talking to my therapist, and she tells me that I need to start watching pornography. And I audibly laughed. I was like, what is this? It was like, what are we even talking about right now?
Like, we're about to get into
What am I supposed to say? They didn't therapy the perv out of him. Replace therapist. I should have told him that. But I told him, I said, if your therapist is giving you advice, I'm glad it's working for you. I don't know anything about this. I told him I was very upfront. I said, I don't know anything about this. This isn't really like my area of expertise.
Never advertised, no. Can find you top pornographic films.
And I told
help.
him, I said, this isn't my area of expertise. He said, well, basically what I'm looking at, I'm looking for the book club of porn. Like, I want a porn connoisseur. He kept going on about it. And I was just,
book club?
He wants a book club.
Oh, I'm
for
sure
it.
there's a Discord for that.
Well, I told
I'm
him.
sure.
I was getting so aggravated. I said, why don't you just try Googling, like, the top popular videos? He's like, oh, yeah? You think I should Google? Thank you. Thanks for telling me to Google it. What do you want me to say, you freak?
Did he actually say it like that?
Yes.
Like,
he got really defensive.
patronizing, condescending?
Yes, he got really defensive. He got really defensive to me. And he's like, I just want to know what you watch. What do you watch? What are you using? Like, what do you watch? And I said, I don't watch porn. He's like, no, come on, tell me. I like want specifically, what do you watch?
What the heck?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't watch porn, and I'm not the right person for this. So, and then he's like, yeah,
Smudge is
and then he's
like,
like,
I
yeah,
don't
you know
like
what?
this guy.
Yeah, you're not I shouldn't be talking about it. You don't know what you're talking. And he just like, we just ended the call. And so I went on Fiverr, and I immediately canceled the order. And in the whole, because they penalize you for canceling an order as a seller. So in the, why are you canceling the order? I just put asking me for things I do not offer. and I just canceled it. And he immediately accepted the cancel because I looked at it as one way. One, I was so creeped out and disgusted by this guy that I didn't want to have anything more to do with him. Oh, also, he was bragging about how high his testosterone levels was to me. He was a freak. The guy was an absolute freak.
I maybe I'm wrong, but any guy that knows their testosterone level just off the top of their head are like people that brag about their super high IQ. Yeah, like that falls into the same.
Like a Build-A-Bear. He is a Build-A-Bear. We just went to the store, put a heart in him, and brought him home. But I immediately canceled it. And the thing I was looking at, this guy's either going to leave me a bad review, or he's going to cancel on me and say I wasn't able to do something. So I said, this is not going to work out good any single scenario, so I should just cancel. And so then
But didn't he, in his introduction to you,
yes.
Didn't he say, like, we're not going to talk about anything?
Yes, he said that.
Untoward.
He said, it's nothing inappropriate, far from it. And I had proof of that.
If I walked into a public space and just said, what pornography are you all consuming today? Would that not be considered inappropriate?
The guy was a freak. Here's what I think his fetish. I think he wanted a phone sex operator sort of conversation, which he could have easily gotten
from any phone sex
anywhere.
Operation.
Right.
Like, this is what they exist for.
Go talk dirty to women that you paid to talk dirty to.
Right.
They're probably a dime
and they're not
going
to, go report you to Fiverr.
And they're going to get into it with you, whatever. You could get what you wanted. But here's his fetish is he wants to make women that are outside of that industry uncomfortable. He wants to make normal women uncomfortable. And so I didn't even give him the satisfaction. I never told him he made me uncomfortable. I laughed at him. I laughed at him multiple times.
Yep.
I made sure to make him feel like he was belittled. Like, I have no idea. I'm just like, you need to go. And I made him feel ridiculous, hopefully. That was my intention in my interactions with him. And even in my message, I was like, sorry, you need to look for someone else who knows what they're talking about. I can't help you. Have a good... I was very, very... I knew this guy was a total pervert, and he wanted to make me uncomfortable. Yeah. He wanted to whip it out like Louis C.K., and he wanted to see my shocked face, and instead I laughed at him, and I belittled him.
Duncan says if you laughed, you won. And I totally agree.
Thank you.
I totally agree.
I laughed at him, even though I was furious. I was furious about this whole entire situation because I felt so taken advantage of. My time was wasted.
Yep.
And just to have this awful experience, I was furious on the inside, but I made sure I belittled him on the outside. But here's the stupidest thing. So I reported this whole thing to Fiverr, and I had this great female representative customer service respond, and she said, that is awful. That is so against our terms of service. We're going to be monitoring him. Keep doing a good job. Thanks so much. I'm so sorry this happened. We can block him. It's not going to affect you. And she was just fantastic. But I looked this guy up, and he's stupid enough to have used his real name. I know where he works. I know his company. I know everything about him. I know where his public profile and face are now associated with this experience.
Yeah.
And this is the only thing I can do. I can talk to you guys about it, but I can't say his name or anything. Obviously, that's going to dox him. But what do you even... And I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do to get back at this guy? I can't really do anything,
Can't do anything.
I guess.
I think reporting to Fiverr was the right thing, and letting them handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just reported it, but
I mean, you have the story now.
I have the story.
You have the story, which itself is like unbelievable.
I know. Pervert on Fiverr.
Fiverr?
Why?
The thing that I don't get about all of this, the thing that hi Bishop, it doesn't look like 5 p.m. to me.
No, it doesn't look like 5 p.m. But Bishop, we have to start early because we're watching Dragonheart, and then we're watching another movie after that. So.
The thing that I don't understand is it's not just like you could go get phone sex.
Right.
I've used Fiverr for work before.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking to get a designer who could do reference architectures for some of the software.
Right.
And I spent 2-3 hours kind of just looking at different profiles, finding, examples of people's work so I could make a decision on who we wanted to contract out to. I didn't find anybody.
Yeah.
But it's like I spent time looking through this, database, looking for someone to do work.
Mm-hmm.
This guy found you, which is not easy to do on Fiverr. Like, it's not like it just bubbles your name up. It's like, person to troll.
I was wondering, does he know me from somewhere else?
That's what I don't get. Like, he
because
had to search you out.
I'm not going to reference. He also brought someone up that is very specific to a certain group, and I thought, is he trying to indirectly kind of hint like he knows me or something like that? Maybe he watches the YouTube channel.
Maybe.
If you do, you're a total freak and you really need.
It'd be
professional help.
hilarious if he's in the Discord.
There's no way he's in the Discord.
What if he
I
is?
know everybody in the Discord server.
But do you?
I am sure I do.
Do you?
I think I do.
Now
Absolutely.
you're thinking about it. Now you're like,
I'm going over all the names.
who is
in
this
my head.
person and are they in the chat
Sure,
right
I'm going
now?
over all the names in my head. There's no way he's in the Discord server. His little foot twitched. Bishop's as much as it's appalled by your lack of respect for the clock. No, are you kidding? This dog is comfy. We're not going to wake him. This is his nap time. His little foot will occasionally twitch. Oh, we woke him up when you said, oh, that was cute though. It twitched. Tiara says if he's in the Discord, he's being banned for being 5'6". Your BPS to work too. Yeah, that'll be a great topic. Add everyone. Who here doesn't have functioning body parts?
No. I know how we find him.
How
He's probably watching. I'm thinking like
You
this
think
is
he's
adding
a
up.
troll?
Yes,
And he was-
absolutely. So here's what I think. You wanna oust this guy
Yeah.
in the Discord?
Yeah.
Just ask every dude for their testosterone levels and see who responds.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got the feeling. I was just curious. Like, does he know me from somewhere else? Why would you bring up this random person? But I don't
Very
know.
odd.
That was weird. But all of my other experiences have been really, really good. I actually had a meeting this morning with someone else, and he was really, really sweet. So it's been good. Other than the occasional pervert. I was just looking back on it. I thought, man, I wish I was more aggressive and told him off. But I think I did the right thing by laughing in his face
Yeah.
and belittling him because I think he wanted me. That might be part of it, right? He might have wanted to be told off. Maybe he has a humiliation fetish.
There's a fetish for everything out there.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted me to say, get out visibly uncomfortable. But I just had the feeling this guy.
I think you being strong and laughing, that's the best. you
That's
could
what
do.
I thought.
Yeah.
Because you can't let these people see you're
Right.
weak, right? They have to be afraid of you. That's always my
Watch his feet on the repeat. This is the funny.
oh that's so cute.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Precious. And this dog is a doll. Yeah. Arsenic says, how do you even find your levels out? Honest question, is there a postal thing?
You
Blood
get
work,
a
right?
Yeah, it's blood work.
Blood work? That's just like they do whatever levels.
They say when you turn 30, it's something like men should look into.
Yeah, I mean, just get your annual
Get it physical.
and
Do
stuff.
your primary
yeah,
care
do
physician
do your
says to do.
physical. Make sure you have a doctor. Pal says if he's in the Discord, I will humiliate him. I didn't catch the rest of it, but that was enough for me.
Oh, he said I will not heal him.
Good. Duffin says, do you think there's a way to clean up the possible client pool? I honestly don't know. So the people I've had, all my experiences, other than 2 out of, I don't know, like maybe 11 so far have been really, really, really good. I mean, just like absolutely fantastic.
I mean, that's a great success rate.
It's not right. And
Yeah.
the one guy who wasn't good was just uncomfortable for different reasons. It was that he was so adverse to my advice that I don't know why you're in the position
Why did you seek
of
advice
asking,
in the first place?
Right. Why
Right.
are we doing an advice session to begin with? But other than the pervert, and I'm very lucky too. I know there's women out there who have terrible horror stories. I've got some bad stories about awful experiences online, but they pale in comparison to my good ones. So it's just unfortunately something women have to go through. It was like when Tiara and I were playing Rust.
Yeah.
That is a toxic, disgusting player bias, by the way.
So is Red
I
Dead.
looked down, yeah, Red Dead, but Rust was just filthy. I mean, some of the worst stuff I've ever seen. But we had a bad experience. We just say something on mic and we automatically get shot. It was annoying. Defin says, I know in some high-end auto dealers, they show a client out based on how they're dressed. Oh, yeah. No, Duffman, actually, that's good. What I was thinking about doing in the future is what you suggested. I ask them for a specific,
Like, what are we going to work on today?
Right. If they don't provide it to me up front, which I already request that they do, but if they're very vague, like this guy was, I would just say specifically, and then I will reiterate, okay, so just to sum it up, we're going to stick to this topic.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Well, it's like
it's a
Duffman
learning
says,
experience.
you know, a specific method is pretentious, but sometimes it might be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Every big business, so like marketing agencies, sales agencies, they get leads, like
Right.
the Glengarry leads.
The good leads.
The good
I
lead.
want the good leads.
All leads are is like a bit of information about a contact that
Right.
might buy your product. You're just profiling.
Yeah.
You're literally
exactly.
going through, this person seems like they're, you
Yeah.
know, in need of my service or my product.
Right.
This one isn't. Like it's like literally just a
Exactly.
profile, but you don't have that on Fiverr.
No.
So
So I have to
you
do
need
it
to
through
generate your
messages.
own lead.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, who
I
is this
definitely
person? What are you looking to do? Okay, I will take you as a
Yeah.
client.
That's what I'm going to do. Boom boom. Wow, hi on early today. Yes, and look at the mic. Look how nice this mic is. Someone just giving me a weird look. Yeah, the mic is working out really nice. And it sounds really good too. It sounds fine, I've been told. I was pushing for it sounds better than the Orchid mic.
You know, if
But-
someone just came in here and didn't know, they'd probably think this is some kind of animatronic puppet.
It looks like a puppet.
Like, I'm watching him on the TV, and the way he moves is like,
I will tell
it's like
you
an
what.
Ewok.
This dog is so content to just sit there and be loved on. And he loves it. And he's fully trusting. I mean, this dog does not question you whatsoever. If you tilt him backwards, he's...
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got his little teeth are showing. Oh. His little teeth were showing. Yeah, what were we saying about Smudge? Oh, hi, Omid. Tiara says put hats on it. We do have a hat.
He doesn't like it.
We have a little rainbow pride hat for him.
Oh, where is it?
It's in the garage, but it doesn't fit him that well. Oh. He
He
might need
doesn't
to
like
he
that
might
hat.
need to sit up because he's
You can sit up, baby. Oh, he
Yeah,
doesn't,
he
he
has
doesn't want
a-
to get up.
he has a little rainbow pride hat. Oops. Thank goodness there's shorts underneath this.
Whoa.
I was actually showing off my shorts underneath the skirt.
There you go, Smudge. Why
This
don't you
is
cool
a
off?
skirt. There's shorts underneath the skirt,
A
which
skort?
is nice. It's a skirt.
That's a disgusting name. That sounds like
I'll tell you what's disgusting.
I got skorts. Trust me, guys. You don't want to come near me.
In Ophelia, there was a sentence that's the nastiest sentence I've ever heard in my entire life. You'll foul your breeches.
That is disgusting.
Which is, I thought that is the most
You will foul your
disgusting.
breeches?
You'll foul your breeches.
You soiled your pants for the last time?
And I thought that is just the most disgusting, off-putting sentence I've ever heard in my entire life.
That is pretty
You'll
disgusting.
foul your
You'll
breeches.
foul your breeches.
That's hideous.
Only Shakespeare could
Only
say
Daisy
something.
Ridley. She said it.
Oh, wow.
She said it.
But I mean, was it in the original Shakespeare?
Probably not.
You will foul your breeches.
I don't think so. They tried to do Shakespeare, but they didn't really know how Shakespeare was.
Tiara.
Luna. Omen says, am I late or did you start? Tiara. Tiara, that's still, to me, that isn't as unappealing as you'll foul your breeches.
You will foul your breeches.
Or your breeches.
What?
I don't know if it was breeches or breeches.
Remember? Well, I think it was like Silicon Valley. I think it was something that what's his face.
You'll...
It's like
Yeah, it's
sitting in your own make.
Yeah, it's sitting in your own make, which is disgusting.
That is also disgusting.
That's disgusting.
What about caked your pants?
Cake your pants is sick. That's disgusting.
I don't like any time.
But nothing is
that
foul.
anything. We've talked about this before, like with toe crust. Anytime food terms intersect with
Yeah.
body terms.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's even if they're two words that are usually not so bad.
Arm
like-
jelly.
That's sick.
Sick, right?
Arm jelly is this stuff.
It's like nose mustard.
That's
That's
disgusting.
disgusting. That's disgusting. And you know, like, try hard. Hair
No.
rice. No one wants hair rice.
Williams.
I'm
is
watching the
next.
numbers of people leaving as I just make up strange words.
Tiara says those are bingo bings. What is that? Before I say it aloud. Duncan says to encourage people to manage their dogs, the local council has signs that say no dog fouling.
No dog fouling.
That's not as bad though.
No.
That's not as bad. It's
What-
something
but it's
about
what animals do and it's
you'll
fine.
foul your breeches.
Yeah.
It's something, it's just awful.
Yeah.
It just sounds bad.
Isn't
That
it?
sounds
Isn't
bad.
it hilarious that like beasts, we are okay with like a beast using the bathroom in front of us. It's totally fine. Doesn't even register.
We actively watch them
It's
until
like,
they do.
good girl. We're celebrating
Yeah.
it. We celebrate them
Yeah.
using the bathroom in front of us. But if we saw a human being do that, I'd like straight up kick them. I'd be like, what the actual
Yeah,
F are you doing?
Why is it so weird?
It is weird
But
for a civilized creature to do it.
we didn't even talk about A Simple Plan. We
What?
totally forgot about that movie. We watched this movie called A Simple Plan with Billy Bob Thornton and Bill Paxton and some other people.
I don't know the other guy's name.
But it was a movie by Sam Raimi, who
Yep.
did Spider-Man.
And Evil Dead.
And it was really good.
It was really good.
It was really
It
good.
was really good.
It was about a bunch of rednecks who find some. Well, are they red? They're
They're Midwesterners.
Midwesterners. What's a Midwestern redneck?
It's like
Is it
just-
a redneck?
I don't know.
They were just
They're borderline cowboys, you know?
yeah.
It's
They
like-
were like dumb cowboys, and they found some money, and they want to devise a plan to keep the money, and things get out of control.
It is anything but a simple plan.
Yes, it's not
Bishop,
a simple plan.
Twisted Bishop, who loves this movie, he's recommended it to me for time immemorial. Basically said like this movie is like a horror movie,
Yeah.
but it's not. You know, it's like an unconventional horror, and it's true
Well-
because the characters act so
Yeah.
stupid, except for like the primary protagonist,
Right.
especially his wife. His wife is like the smartest person in the movie,
Yeah.
by far. But like they're all motivated incorrectly,
Yeah.
and it is tense. It's not
Right.
scary, but it is tense.
Yeah.
And they're just like bad things keep happening. It was a great movie.
It was a really, really good movie. It's like a good suspense movie. Tiara says, oh God, my mother ran a mother and toddlers group and I helped out. And one time a woman just pulled her kid's trousers down and let him piss openly. Oh my gosh.
That's bad. That's bad parenting.
And you have to wonder if you do that in public, what do you do in private?
No.
That's terrible.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Irv says rip Bill Paxton.
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Oh.
He had like a bad health issue.
Bill Paxton.
Very sad.
Bill Paxton, yeah. It was a good movie, though.
The only person to die by both an alien and a predator.
Oh, yeah. Who is he in Predator?
Remember in Predators? Or Predator 2? He was the cop in the zoot suit. He's like, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna show you how it's done.
I don't remember
He
that.
was the cop that came and helped Daniel Glover.
I don't remember that. I only remember
How do you not remember Bill Paxton?
Daniel Glover. I don't remember him.
Duncan and Bishop. I don't know what to say. We watched this movie together. Bill Paxton was in it.
I remember things about Predator. I just don't remember Bill Paxton.
What other
Oh,
what
yeah,
other
Big
monsters
Love.
has Bill Paxton died to?
Tara.
Because I'm sure there's been more.
Yeah, there is something else.
Was
he
he?
died
He
to,
wasn't
I
in
think.
Starship Troopers. No, I'm just thinking of aliens.
He was in. He was
You
in
need to
Big
see.
Love.
We need to do a Starship Troopers movie night.
Yeah.
We are all in agreement. We need to do a
got
Starship
it.
Troopers movie
We'll
night.
do that. We'll do Starship Troopers movie night.
That is like a straight up sequel to RoboCop
Wow.
and Total Recall.
Excellent. I love RoboCop.
It's the same director and it's the
Totally
same kind of humor and like.
Yeah.
What's nuts? You know how RoboCop did the commercials?
Uh-huh.
You know, I buy that for $1 and all that.
Yeah.
Total Recall or Starship Troopers take us to the next level.
Huh.
Like throughout the movie, there are
It's
like,
that kind of
would you
humor.
like to learn more? And it basically created the modern internet as we know it.
Yeah.
But in that movie.
All
It's-
right, let's watch
It is a
it.
great movie.
We'll
Love that
definitely
movie.
watch it. And we're gonna go watch Dragonheart later. Then we're gonna start Dragonheart much
Dragonheart.
earlier because we started this earlier, and then we'll be done so that poor people like Tiara and Duncan who
Not
stay up
poor.
really late.
I said poor people.
The poor people who have to stay up late. That's-
Oh, okay. You didn't specify. You're like, poor people like Tiara. It's
No,
like,
I
oh,
said
Tiara, poor.
I said the poor people like Tiara and Duncan who have to stay up until 12 o'clock to
Okay.
watch a movie.
All right. I didn't want to,
They heard me say the
financially
poor.
shame our
Okay,
friends
Duncan
here.
says not poor Miss Fresh. I didn't do that. I said the poor.
The poor people, Tiara and Duncan specifically. We look down on them, but we love them nonetheless.
No,
No. The people in the UK Isles area.
Tiara, we can't fund lavish lifestyles with fiber perverts. I wish I had gotten some money out of that. It would have been great. It would have been worth, like, I needed to be compensated for my time. No.
Irv says financially challenged.
Yeah, that's correct term to use these days. No, I think that's it, right?
That is it. You know, for a short list, we actually managed to.
Yeah, we
spend some
kind of
time.
just had fun. Whatever.
We hung out. We talked about.
I could have put. I know Duffman's really good about putting links and stuff. I didn't have a lot of time this week to read them, but next week will be kind of back on the same.
4th of July this weekend. You
Yeah,
know.
it was just
Not much
getting
going
it done.
on.
Yeah, so that was fun though, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we will probably break for a bit to
Yes,
eat dinner.
we'll eat dinner and then we'll see you all
Unless
for
are
Dragon
you
Heart.
hungry?
I mean, a little bit.
I'm not really that hungry.
I could honestly go for a smoothie.
Yeah, we'll just do something
I
light.
could have like a smoothie.
So we'll do Dragonheart maybe in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll
okay.
do Dragonheart in 30
Okay.
minutes if that works. So awesome. Thanks guys for hanging out and we'll see you soon for Dragonheart. All right. Bye. Okay, now we have to get up.
I gotta get up and I
Get
gotta
up,
physically
get
move
up,
myself.
get
Oh,
up.
I'm a lumbering troll.
A troll butt.
The X is up here. Bye.
Oh.